My name is Carrie Rainey, and I'm lucky enough to be the Marietta City Schools 2017-2018 Teacher of the Year. I am lucky enough to have grown up in the Marietta system. I went to Hickory Hills, went through Hickory Hills K through 5, and then went to the 6th grade academy in 7th grade, 8th grade, and then through Marietta High School. In high school, I happened to be Miss MHS my senior year in high school, which is a fun little fact. I love how Marietta City school system is so supported by their community.
When I hired Carrie, she was just graduating from the University of Georgia, and I hired her initially as an interventionist, a paraprofessional interventionist, and eventually I did hire her as a teacher here, and this is her 6th year teaching at Lockheed Elementary School.
With my principal, when I first graduated college, she was one of the first interviews I had, and I'm sure I was extremely nervous, and she was able to see through that green college student, and she gave me a start. I was really thankful that she gave me the interventionist job at first, because that was a great start to my career and getting the academics started. She saw in me something I hadn't seen. She thought kindergarten was my fit before I did, and thankfully put me in this spot and has supported me as a kindergarten teacher ever since.
She did not start out kindergarten in the classroom. Her first teaching position after intervention was 3rd grade. To speak to her character, she asked to have all of the students that she was working with in intervention that were in that grade to be placed in her classroom. But she did 3rd grade, and then she was placed in kindergarten, which I feel is her calling. She just relates to children. She understands the spirit of a 5-year-old.
She just really tries her best to get to know her students. She wants to figure out how they want to learn. What works for others may not work for them, and she takes the time to get to know each student, and she really sets a goal for each one of her students, and she works towards those goals.
The qualities of a great educator, first and foremost, is loving students, being their advocate. We have very diverse learners at Lockheed. We have students who are just learning English to advanced gifted students. So Carrie has a lot of students in her classroom who are those ESOL students. Intensive meaning that they've just come to the country or they're just learning the language. And she does a wonderful job meeting their needs. She gets to know their families, gets to know the students, learns their learning style, and tailors instruction to meet their needs.
When students come to my classroom who don't speak English, it's one of my favorite things. A lot of times they're really intimidated. I make it my mission to make them feel comfortable coming in. And I really try to build their confidence, but also really enrich the other students. I'm lucky enough to have 9 countries represented in my class specifically this year, and that's fairly common the last few years. And so that allows them to teach the other students. We have a couple of students in this class who celebrate Denali, and I didn't know much about it, some of the other students didn't. So when these different languages and cultures come in, that enriches the other class.
Carrie does know a little bit of Spanish. This year she has a large population from the Middle East, and she don't know any of that, but she welcomes them with a hug and a smile every day. Whether they understand her or not, I know they know she cares because of how much she shows them.
One thing about Carrie is she loves to teach in themes. So one day you may walk by her classroom, she's got her class door decorated as a big giant apple. And the students are in the classroom making applesauce, studying about Johnny Appleseed, singing songs, taste testing different kinds of apples, making graphs about apples. The very next day, it's October, and she's got the classroom door as a big giant pumpkin.
When you're 5 and 6, you look forward to themes. You look forward to fall and pumpkins and things like that. Plus, we also have so many students in this school that are from a different culture, that may not be used to, things that we do in the fall or Thanksgiving or any of the holidays necessarily. It doesn't have to be a holiday, but the seasonal things that we do, she makes sure to expose them to that.
I've been teaching kindergarten across the hall from her for 5 years, and she decorates her door every year. And my class every year says, Miss Mo, why don't you do that? And I always say, because Miss Rainey does it for us. And they think it's a great thing. And we always make applesauce together on Apple Day. And she loves to dress up and decorate things. And, it's just, she makes kindergarten fun like it should be.
When everything is based on that theme, then every time I bring up a pumpkin activity, no matter what it is, they're excited about it. Academically, I typically work with the English language learners, and so when I have a centralized theme, that really brings out the vocabulary, and that's something we really focus on at the beginning of each month. So the rest of the month, when we add different other aspects to that theme, they understand where it comes from.
You know when somebody has it, when somebody really has it, and she has it. Her methods are solid, but her heart and her spirit are in it, which is what makes her above and beyond. And when she was doing the hamper ceremony, it was just like, well, this is how it should be. Her hands should be there. That's what she, it's just perfect. It lined up perfectly. It's how it should be.
If I had a magic ball and I could see into Carrie's future, I would hope that she would be changing lives. I think she will one day, whether she knows it or not. I think she will be changing lives, and I know that's what she likes to do, and I know that whatever she does in the future, she's going to be great at it. I have a feeling she's going to be working with students forever. Even when she retires, I think she'll never go away, and I think that's just in her nature to care so much. But I definitely see her changing somebody's life.
I wish for Carrie what Carrie wants. If Carrie wants to keep teaching kindergarten for 30 more years, I hope she does. If Carrie chooses to share with other teachers through some kind of, training, I hope she does that too. I don't know her dreams, but I know that Carrie will work for her dreams, and they'll come true.
Miss Rainey is a cool girl that likes to do stuff. I love Miss Rainey. I love Miss Rainey this much. I love